Až mám. Jsme na tribuně D, Seraz motorkáři CZ Fórum Masarykův okruh a jeho okolí. U Josefa 58 máme transparent a teď vám něco řekneme.
Jsme tu, 50. velká cena začíná a je nám fajn!
Povedlo se? Jo, povedlo.
Dobrý.
Und auch Dani Pedrosa hat sein Bike gestern in den Dreck geschmissen. Also schauen wir uns mal das Ganze an. Alle sind aber wieder mit dabei. Marc Marquez war gestern der Trainingsschnellste vor Jorge Lorenzo und Andrea Iannone. Valentino Mann aus Deutschland, Stefan Barth, hat sich verdammt gut Stefan Barth.
To je hlas, že? To je... Víš, to musím za repráky, ty.
To dobře hraje.
To hraje líp, ty overka. To je fakt Rus jak svině. nastartovaný už. to je hudba, ty vole, jak si jinam. Jako ta kvalita té hudby, jako. No. Jak to voní to spálení má něco to vůbec. Cítíš tu spálení nebo co to je? Ten benzín víš jako, nebo?
No, to je jako ten motor.
No, to všechno takový úplně, vidíš tam taky teď, to je ten Camp Start. Tam je jako asi, co to si?
Tam zajedem ještě.
Můžeme zajet, jo?
Mám nechce to.
Ale jo. Ale co se dívej, to svítí jaká světlica hrozně dlouho. Vidíte to?
No, to je paket, to hoří strašně dlouho, to máš jako třeba ty záchranný, třeba jako na autě. Tu máš ty záchranný světlice, to strašně letí dlouho dolů. Už to svítí. Mám měníč na ty.
No, prostě Rusáci jsou mocní, jde to vidět, ukazují to. To jsou prostě Rusáci, no. 16. srpna rok 2015, 50. ročník velké ceny v Brně. Pohled klasika jako každý rok na tribunu C. Máme nějakých 8 hodin 35 minut. Přišli jsme sem kolem 7:30, zhruba plus minus.
The Grand Prix of Czechoslovakia joined the World Championship in 1965 and continued intermittently in the calendar until 1977, with the race being held on various public roads around the town of Brno during this period. For its 13th edition in 1987, the race was held on a new dedicated track. It would not be until 1993 that it became known as the Grand Prix of the Czech Republic for the first time. We witnessed the last victory of Wayne Rainey's career in 1994, and the circuit served as a stage for Mick Doohan's first world title. While the Australian was crowned a great ruler in the 500cc class, in 1996 his teammate Alex Crivier would defeat the great Mick Doohan in Brno. Doohan entered the last corner in first with the finish line in sight, but Crivier was able to slipstream past and claim victory by only 2 milliseconds. Crivier had to settle for runner-up in the category that season and came to be known as the Australians' biggest rival. Max Biaggi made his debut in 1998 in the 500cc class after getting 4 world titles in the 250s. In Brno, Biaggi achieved the second of his 2 victories that season in the Premier class. The Italian won with complete authority, but while celebrating his victory over the finish line with a wheelie, he nearly flipped the NSR 500. The great Roman rider repeated his victory in 2000, defeating an illustrious debut from a very special rider in the Premier class, none other than Valentino Rossi. By 2003, we had moved to the MotoGP class. Rossi faced the Spaniard Sete Gibernau, another of his biggest rivals. The Italian beat Sete by less than half a second. However, only a year later on the same stage, Gibernau earned revenge, achieving victory by a margin of more than 3 seconds over Valentino Rossi. In 2006, Ducati claimed their first victory at the Czech track. Loris Capirossi ran a lonely MotoGP race to finish comfortably ahead of Rossi and Spaniard Dani Pedrosa. A year later, in 2007, the Italian brand repeated their victory in Brno, this time with Casey Stoner. The Australian also won by a huge margin over his rivals in the year that Ducati would get their first world title in the Premier class. In 2011, Stoner would again prevail in Brno, this time in the saddle of a Honda, which he would win his second title with that season. The 2012 season witnessed one of the most exciting races in Brno, when Spaniards Dani Pedrosa and Jorge Lorenzo fought to the end for the victory. Lorenzo tried a risky manoeuvre on the entry to the last 2 corners, but Pedrosa managed to gain enough space to add another victory to his resume. In 2013, the unstoppable hurricane that is Marc Marquez won the title on his first attempt. In Brno, he took victory ahead of Pedrosa and Lorenzo. Last year at Brno, Dani Pedrosa ended Marc Marquez's run of 10 consecutive victories that Marquez had been working on since the beginning of the season. Marquez finished 4th behind Rossi and Lorenzo, but went on to claim the title. This time, the MotoGP Championship arrives at Brno in very different circumstances, with Rossi leading the standings, followed by Lorenzo and Marquez far behind. Will Brno witness the 3rd consecutive victory this year for a Honda rider? or will the Yamaha riders extend their lead in the classifications? Don't miss the B-Win Grand Prix of the Czech Republic this weekend on MotoGP.com.
Mesdames et messieurs, s'il vous plaît, soyez prêts pour Aaron Chupa et Albatraoz. C'est parti!
Let me tell you all a story about a mouse named Lori. Yeah, Lori was a mouse in a big brown house. She called herself the hoe with the money, money flow. But fuck that little mouse, 'cause I'm an albatross. I'm an albatross. Why? I'm an albatross. Yeah, Lori said she was a mouse, smoked the cheese and like an owl. Money, 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 ho, chinka, 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 blow. Lori was a witch, yeah, a sneaky little bitch. So fuck that little mouse, 'cause I'm an albatross. I'm an albatross. Why?
Mesdames et messieurs, s'il vous plaît, soyez prêts pour Aaron Chupa et Albatraoz. C'est parti!
I got it. Ooh, I say yeah. Ooh, I say yeah. Ooh, I say yeah. I'm an albatross. So why? Stop. I got it. I'm an albatross. This is albatross, yeah.
So welcome back to Brno, Moto 3 about to get underway. Good morning, I'm Nick Harris, sitting alongside me, Matt Burt. Down in pit lane, it's Dylan Gray.
Front row, Niccolo Antonelli on pole position, ahead of the World Championship leader Danny Kent and Jorge Navarro. Row 2, Fabio Quartararo and his fellow Frenchman Alexis Masbou ahead of Brad Binder. Row 3, the big local favourite Carol Haneke, Efren Vasquez and the impressive Spanish rookie Jorge Martin.
Come on to row 4, John McPhee, Jules Danilo, and Miguel Oliveira a bit further down than he would have wanted. Juan Van Guevara, Isaac Vinales, Iñigo Bastianini further down. Second in the World Championship, Darren Binder, Remy Gardner and Oroki Ono. That is row 6.
Row 7, Cornfar, the second of the Czech riders in this field, ahead of Suzuki and Locatelli. Finati relegated 3 places to row 8, ahead of Dalla Porta and Ertl. Row 9, Rodrigo, Mino and Bagnaia struggles for the Mahindra rider. Row 10, Nicky Hayo, Tanucci and Manzi. Herrera, Loy, winner last time out in Indianapolis, and Carden on row 11. And the wild cards, Kapler and Hannes either side, of Matteo Ferrari on that row number 12 through to second. 18th in Le Mans through to second. So don't rule out Enea Bastianini. He's a hard charger, certainly in the early laps. Alex Rins looking on, Valentino Rossi looking on to see if Finati can get a good launch from 22nd on the grid.
So here we go, 19 laps, round 11 of the Moto 3 World Championship at this legendary venue. We're at Brno in the Czech Republic.
Good start from the middle of the front row by Danny Kent. Excellent start from pole by Niccolo Antonelli, but it looks like it's Jorge Navarro, the Spaniard on the number 9 Honda, that's going to get the whole shot down into turn number 1. It is Navarro that leads from Antonelli. Danny Kent looks like he's lost a couple of places. The Red Bull KTM of Brad Binder and Miguel Oliveira made a good start.
Yeah, excellent start from Efren Vasquez from the third row of the grid. There he is running in third place as they race down for the first time towards the first of the fast S's section. Turn 3. Here comes Vasquez up the inside of Navarro.
Yeah, Jorge Navarro already lost 2 places in that drag down to turn number 3. Antonelli and Vasquez up the inside of the Spaniard. The field sweep through turn number 4. Down the hill to this hard-braking zone 4 for turn number 5. Antonelli, the poleman, still leads the way. Efren Vasquez second. Navarro third. Danny Kent has dropped all the way back to 8th place from the front row. Got a decent launch off the line, Kent, but he got swallowed up at the first corner.
Into the stadium section for the very first time. The 19-year-old Italian from pole position leads the way. The very experienced Efren Vasquez in second place. We already have some fallers.
Philip Ertl there on the podium last time out. Well, there's a multiple rider crash there, as you can see. Looked like a Rocky Ono was certainly involved. Philip Ertl was definitely involved. The Indianapolis podium man, Miguel Oliveira, had a great start. The Portuguese rider's come through from 12th place on the grid. He's already up into 4th place. There he is, the number 44. Tucked in behind Jorge Navarro. Karel Haneker under pressure from his teammate Brad Binder. Binder takes back 5th place.
Down to the bottom end of the circuit, the Kevin Schwantz corner, turn 10. Now the climb back up the hill. This is 12, now 13. And then on the throttle. Hope that you've got the power to get up the hill to the crucial 13 and 14. There is Romano Fenati. Check out when he crosses the line exactly where he is. Red flag is out. The race has been stopped. We saw that multiple crash. The race has been stopped.
But we definitely saw number 65, Philip Ertl, was involved.
So welcome back to Brno. Good afternoon to you. I'm Nick Harris. Sitting alongside me is Matt Burt. Down in pit lane is Dylan Gray. Round 11 of the Moto2 World Championship.
5th pole of the season for Johan Zarco, ahead of the world champion Tito Rabat and Alex Rins. Row 2, Sandro Cortese, Tom Luthi and Dominic Eggert. Row 3, the Moto3 world champion Alex Marquez, ahead of Franco Morbidelli and the impressive Axel Pons, really coming in to some form, the number 49.
Good 4th row, Jonas Vogel, Baldassari and Corsi, Sam Lowe's despite his problems, Krumanaka and Louis Salom, and Nakagami, Sarin and Mika Kallio, former winner here, and 5 podium finishes for the veteran at Brno.
Row 7, headed by Saxon Ring winner Xavier Simeon, ahead of Louis Rossi and Marcel Schrotter, making his 100th Grand Prix appearance. Row 8, Simon West and Mulhauser. The 9th row, led by Aslan Shah, Titipon Warakorn, and the wildcard, the Spaniard Ed Gapons, in 27th place. Row 10, Ricky Carduce now in on the JP Moto Malaysia Superbike, ahead of Al and Xavier Village, and the row 11 on his own.
Of the World Championship that year for Hidnoviki's teammate Shinya Nakano. Riding for a French-based team. Right, round 11, Moto2 World Championship. Zarco, Rabat and Rins on that front row.
Excellent start from the middle of the front row by the world champion Tito Rabat. He's already got ahead of Johan Zarco on the run down to the first corner. Tom Luthi away really well from the middle of the second row in 5th. Luthi sweeps around the outside of Zarco into 2nd place, but it's Tito Rabat, the world champion, that leads the way.
Through that little kink, turn 11, down towards 3 and 4. Tom Luthi, race winner this year, as is, of course, Tito Rabat. Luthi up the inside on the brakes, and Tom Luthi, the Swiss rider, leads the way into turns 4.
Franco Morbidelli also got a good launch off the line. The Italians up a couple of places from 8th to 6th place. Sandro Cortese missed out. He started from the front of the second row. There is the number 11. He's already been passed by Jonas Folger, who came from 6 places. Further back, Zarco now has already picked off Tito Rabat. The World Championship leader already up into 2nd place as he hunts down the early leader, Tom Luthi, through turn 6 and 7.
This is into the stadium section, so the vast bank of spectators away to their right. Running on a little flat plateau, and then they come into 8 and 9. They flick it right, 9, then it's downhill once again as it race down towards the Kevin Schwantz corner. Luthi leads, race winner at Le Mans. As I say, missed the consistency.
We're on board with Tito Rabat, dropping down to the lowest part of the 3.357 miles Brno circuit, turn number 10. The Kevin Schwantz corner. Luthi leads the way, he's out of sight behind Johan Zarco. There we are, back looking at Rabat from Zarco. Sandro Cortese, he did drop from 4th to 8th place.
We Ryan Zarco, the championship leader. That's Tito Rabat behind him. In front of him is Tom Luty. Zarco up the hill. Will he try and get up the inside at turn 13? No. You get the feeling Zarco really fancies getting to the front and testing how they can run the sort of pace he was running yesterday. Morbidelli having a good ride once again, fresh from that very first podium finish at Indianapolis. Across the... So welcome back to Brno, round 11 of the MotoGP World Championships. I'm Nick Harris, sitting alongside me, Matt Burt, down in pit lane. It's Dylan Gray.
It's the dream front row, Jorge Lorenzo, Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi. Row true, the fast-starting Andrea Iannone and Bradley Smith, ahead of Andrea Dovizioso in 6th place.
Row 3, Maverick Vinales, Paul Espargaro and Danny Pedrosa with that injured foot. And Cal Crutchlow, Hector Barbara and Yoni Hernandez, row 4.
Row 5 headed by Danilo Petrucci, Scott Redding and a disappointing 15th for Aleix Espargaro, Bradel, D'Ameglio and Baz. That's your 6th row of the grid.
Row 7, Alvaro Bautista, former winner here, Eugene Lafferty and Nicky Hayden. And row 8, Jack Miller, Alex Angelis and Claudio Corti. And completing the field, the local man back from injury, Carol Abraham.
They're on the sighting lap, on the warm-up lap then, 27 degrees, the air temperature's the hottest we've seen so far today. Nearly 140,000 fans have packed into this Brno circuit to see what could possibly be the most dramatic shootout we've seen so far in an already enthralling 2015 campaign.
So, Dylan, down in pit lane, weather-wise, are we okay?
No, absolutely fine at the moment. A little bit cloudy, but it's nice and warm. They have some good track temperature. It's not quite as hot as it was in some of the practices, which the riders will be quite happy about. Very interesting, though, with this tyre combination, because it's going to be one of those races, of course, it's going to be decided by rider skill, but the tyres might come into play. If you remember last year, it was also a little bit of a tyre issue where Lorenzo's front went off towards the end, and once again, he's gone with that softer type, but so has Marquez. So it's going to be one of those really interesting races. Certainly, hope we have a great battle, but also we need to keep an eye out on those lap times.
So, a crowd of 138,000, a weekend crowd here of 250,000. Let battle commence here in the Czech Republic.
22 laps of the 3.35 mile Brno circuit about to get underway. Valentino Rossi looking to protect that 9-point World Championship lead that he has over his teammate Jorge Lorenzo, who was in red hot form in qualifying yesterday. A circuit best ever lap of 1:54.989 from the Spanish rider.
Support for everybody, every country, every nation. They've made their pilgrimage to the Czech Republic. End of August, sun is shining, 22 laps, the dream front row. Sit back and enjoy. Lorenzo wins and Rossi finishes in 3rd place, the same as the front row. They will be equal in points going into the British Grand Prix at Silverstone in 2 weeks' time. And what can the others do? Don't rule out Iannone. Don't rule out Bradley Smith at the start of the race. And of course, Marc Marquez in great form on the Honda. So 22 laps of the Brno circuit. It's round 11 of the MotoGP World Championship. A massive crowd about to be entertained here in the sunshine.
Jorge Lorenzo got a brilliant launch off the line from pole position there. He's on the outside of the track, the number 99. Bradley Smith away really well as well, the number 38. Lorenzo leads the way. Marquez takes 2nd place. Bradley Smith up into 3rd. Valentino Rossi's already lost 2 places to Smith and Andrea Dovizioso. Lorenzo leads. This is what the field didn't want.
Here comes Andrea Dovizioso trying to get up the inside of Bradley Smith. They fall out as they come down towards turn 3. Marquez trying to make a move. Dovizioso makes a move on Smith. I think Smith will hang on to 3rd place as he flicks it right. He does exactly that.
Worst possible scenario for Valentino Rossi. Got swamped off the line by Bradley Smith and the fast-starting Andrea Dovizioso. Dovizioso now at the inside of Smith into 3rd place. Rossi still in 5th, coming under pressure from Andrea Iannone. Lorenzo and Marquez already stretching out at the front.
Yeah, Marquez is not going to let Jorge Lorenzo get away at the front. We ride with Lorenzo, we ride with Marquez into the stadium section for the first time.
Lorenzo down down to turn number 8. Valentino Rossi's picked off Bradley Smith. He's up into 4th place. He knows he's got to get through on Andrea Dovizioso as soon as he possibly can. Rossi already over half a second back of that lead duo. Marc Marquez and Jorge Lorenzo down on the brakes to the lowest part of the circuit, turn number 10.
What is going to happen? Will Lorenzo be able to run the race that he did last week with Marquez following him, or will Marquez make an early move? I got a feeling Marquez would change the tactics and make an early move. All over the rear wheel of the Ducati is Valentino Rossi. This just is not working out for him because they're getting away at the front. Just what he didn't want to happen. Will he make a move up at turn 30? He must make a move very soon indeed, but he can't get by. You know, and he's got past Bradley Smith as well.
Yeah, the problem there for Valentino Rossi was he can't out-drag the Ducati on that horsepower shootout up the hill from turn number 12. The Ducati's been strong through that 4th sector all weekend.
Mesdames et messieurs, s'il vous plaît, soyez prêts pour Aaron Chupa et Albatraoz. C'est parti!
Let me tell you all a story about a mouse named Lori. Yeah, Lori was a mouse in a big brown house. She called herself the hoe with the money flow. But fuck that little mouse, 'cause I'm an albatross. I'm an albatross. I'm an albatross. Yeah, Lori said she was a